This is how to make a simple face mask. You need a piece of suitable material, cottonish I've got, and you need to cut a piece of material on the fold 21 centimetres by 21 centimetres. If you want to do a different material inside to outside, then you have to cut it 21 by 22 to allow for a seam allowance. So there's my piece of material which I've cut, and I've cut it on the fold and I've opened it out. And when you open it out, the first thing you have to do is to press in a very small hem all the way along on the two long sides. This is one I did earlier, so the hem is pressed over on both long sides. Then you put right sides together, pin it, just to hold it while you stitch it. And my machine defaults to 2.5, and I put the stitch down to 2 to make it slightly smaller. And then you stitch about 1 centimetre in from the edge. Take your pins out, or you take them out before you stitch, and press your seam as with all, so when you press as you go along. Turn your material right way round and press that seam flat so that there's no valleys or anything in it. Then bring it together on that stitched edge and press that flat. So you've got a nice edge there. And what you do on that edge is to stitch to make a casing for your pipe cleaner. So stitch about 5/8 in. Don't worry about finishing you stitch either end, because you'll be stitching over it. So you stitch roughly 5/8. It doesn't have to be that accurate. And press your casing. Then you get your pipe cleaner. These are not very long ones. I don't know what the size of them are. They're 150. What's that? 15 centimetres, is it? Is that 50? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, you fold it in half and you just mark. You can measure it to be really accurate. Now I'm going in inches now. That's 3 inches. And that's 8, so that's 2.5 inches either side. So put a pin at your 2.5 there and put that under the machine. And I reverse this so to make sure that it's a strong, and go back and forth a couple of times. Cut it close to the material, you don't have to finish it off, and cut off all your threads. Oops. Then in that casing you insert, and do it from the folded edge, otherwise it catches, and you insert that along there so that is in there and only goes as far as where you've stitched, and this gives you the pinch piece for the nose. Feel where the edge of it is, and to stop it coming out, do the same thing the other side. you need to trim all the threads off and then press it across the bottom. Watch you don't spoil that turned under hem. There, you need that. And then I measure up. Where's my little measure? I measure up an inch. Now I'm back to imperial now. I'm working half in imperial and half in centimetres. So measure up an inch. And that's your first fold. And fold that roughly, so you've got, a half, probably 5/8 there. What is that? Yes, more like 5/8. And pin it so it doesn't pop open. Pin the other side. And then I pin it in the middle as well. And then the next fold, you have to do 4 of these. I just do them by eye. I leave roughly half an inch, perhaps 5/8, and I fold it again and pin it. It's not very accurate, I know, but it seems to work. I don't think I've got these very even now because I'm doing this far more quickly than perhaps I would. But I'll fold that. Pin in the middle as well, just because it holds it neater for you to sew it. And then your very last one, mine's a little bit uneven. I fold up to that stitch line. And then the other side. Oh, that's particularly small. I think I've gone a bit wonky here. Can't pause that. Can you for me to tidy this up? No? Right. And you're going to have to stitch down each side, but because you folded over and pressed that hem, you've got no raw edge there to worry about or to try and turn in at this stage. I turn my pins around so that I can get them out easily when I'm sewing. Then I cut 2 pieces of elastic, and what I found is 6 inches if it's for a woman's face and 7 inches if it's for a man's. Oh, I need my scissors. So you need 2 of those. Like that. And then before you put it under the machine, push one end into the fold there. I try not to get it right up the end. I try to get it down a little bit so that you know you're going to secure it with your stitching. Push that down and then put that under the machine and stitch close-ish to the edge. It doesn't have to be really close. And when you start off, you need to go back and forth over that elastic using your reverse and pull your pins out as you go along. And then as you come down to the bottom, you push the other end of the elastic in, not right down to the fold again, because you need to anchor it well with your stitches. So you bring that down like that and use your reverse to go back and forth to really anchor that elastic. And you do exactly the same the other side. Cut off all your edges, all your threads, take out your pins, we'll do the other one the other side, which I can do again. And there you are, you got your mask. And you've got your pinch to go over your nose. Is that all right?